Next, second disaccharide is lactose. Second disaccharide. Second example is lactose. Generally, the lactose chemical formula is also same. It is similar to sucrose formula, but this lactose C12H22O11, this lactose on hydrolysis to produce two types of units. One of the unit is glucose, and another unit is galactose. The first unit is glucose, formula is same, C6H12O6, and the second unit formula is same, C6H12O6. Only the carbon configuration is different. What is the difference between glucose and galactose? Both molecules formulas are same, like C6H12O6, C6H12O6, but only one difference is the configuration is differ. The C5 configuration is differ. So this type of molecules are known as disaccharide. Lactose is one of the best example for disaccharide. So this sugar is known as milk sugar. This is known as milk sugar. This is known as milk sugar. Okay. And the next one, this disaccharide like lactose on hydrolysis to produce glucose and galactose. Glucose and galactose. Both are having same chemical formula, but only the fifth carbon configuration is differ. Okay, this is a dissociation process of lactose. This is one of the disaccharides. And next one, structural explanation. Structural explanation. Structural explanation of lactose. Generally, the glucose and galactose. So generally the structure of glucose is CHO, CHOH, COH, H, C, H, OH, C, H, OH, CH2, OH. So the fifth carbon, this carbon hydroxyl group is moved from right hand side to left hand side. So the molecule, the total molecule is changed, the glucose is converted to galactose. Okay, so this is the difference between glucose and galactose. Okay, this is the structure of glucose. The fifth carbon containing a hydroxyl group right hand side. The right hand side hydroxyl group is converted to left hand side. So the total molecule is changed. The glucose is converted to galactose. Okay, these are the individual structures for glucose and galactose. And next one, the glucose and galactose both structures are joined. So the glucose C1 carbon means CHO, CHOH, COH, H, CHOH, CHOH and CH2OH. This is the structure for glucose. And next one, galactose structure is CHO, CHOH, COH, H, CHOH, CHOH means this is the format, the structure of glucose. This right hand side hydroxyl group is converted to left hand side, and this is the CH2OH. Okay, so the fifth carbon is linked to fourth carbon means so C1 glucose joint with C4 galactose. So fourth carbon of galactose. Okay, so this is the first carbon of glucose, and this is the fourth carbon of galactose. This is the fourth carbon of galactose. Okay, so this link is joined with both molecules, like the first carbon of glucose and fourth carbon of galactose. Finally, the link is C1C4 link. Finally, the link is C1C4 link. So, the first carbon of glucose linked with fourth carbon of galactose to produce lactose. This is a structural explanation for lactose. Okay, this is a structural explanation for starch. C6H10O5N. This is a general formula for starch. C6H10O5N. This is a general formula for starch. So, starch is not disaccharide. It is one of the polysaccharides. So, what is the meaning of polysaccharide? Generally, the structure of polysaccharides are observed. These are the amorphous solids. So, the polysaccharides are smooth powders. So, starch is observed. This is one of the polysaccharide. This is a smooth powder. The physical state of starch is, this is a amorphous solid, means this physical state is clearly observed, the smooth powder. This is a smooth powder. Okay, this is the general formula for starch. And hydrolysis of starch means starch is a hydrolysis means C6H10O5. Starch is a hydrolysis to produce different number of monosaccharides. On hydrolysis of starch to produce large number of monosaccharides. On hydrolysis of starch to produce large number of monosaccharides. Large number of monosaccharides. So, starch is on hydrolysis to produce large number of monosaccharides. Okay, generally on hydrolysis of starch, two units are observed. So the first unit is amylose. The first unit is amylose, and second unit is amylopectin. Second unit is amylopectin. On hydrolysis of starch, majorly two units are produced. The first unit is amylose and the second unit is amylopectin. First unit is amylose and second unit is amylopectin. So the amylose, this is water soluble. Water soluble. Water soluble. So this is a branched chain structures. Branched chain structures. This is completely soluble in water. Okay, so this molecule react with iodine to produce blue color solution. Starch means the branch of starch means amylose react with iodine to produce a blue color solution. Okay, so the glucose units, the D-glucose units, glucose units linked with C1 to C4 units. The first glucose C1 carbon, the first glucose first carbon linked with second glucose fourth carbon. So that linkage is only observed for amylose. That linkage is only observed for amylose. So this is the one of the part of starch. Okay, this is completely soluble in water. So it's react with iodine to produce blue color solution. So in generally the amylose in starch, the total starch, amylose only, the amylose contains 15% to 20%. In starch, the total compound of starch contains two units. One of the unit is amylose and another unit is amylopectin. So the amylose contains 50, the total starch contains 50 to 20% of amylose. 50 to 20% of amylose. And the remaining percentage contains amylopectin, means the percentage of amylopectin in starch, the percentage of amylopectin in starch is only for 80 to 85%. Generally, starch contains two units. Starch is observed, two types of units are joined. So two types of compounds are there. One of the compound is amylose, one of the part is amylose and another part is amylopectin. In starch, 15 to 20% of amylose is present in it, and second one, in starch 80 to 85% of amylopectin is present in it. These two are main ingredients of starch. And next I am going to discuss amylopectin. So amylopectin is the second part of starch. This is insoluble in water. This is insoluble in water. This is insoluble in water. So the amylopectin do not soluble in water. Amylopectin is do not soluble in water. And next one, amylopectin do not soluble in water. So this is the linear chain structures. For example, so the major content of amylopectin is some of the examples like this is contains hair. So this is the best example. This is the linear chain structures. These are do not soluble in water. So amylopectin is a major ingredient in starch. Amylopectin is major ingredient in starch. Generally, starch contains two units, amylose and amylopectin. Amylose is completely soluble in water, but amylopectin do not soluble in water. Okay, these are the two different properties of two different components in starch. Okay, once again repeated in these points. Starch is a polysaccharide. So first of all, what is the meaning of polysaccharide? Polysaccharide means this molecule is absorbed in the presence of water. It dissociated into multiple units. The type of saccharides are known as polysaccharides. So one of the example is starch. Generally the starch contains two types of units. One of the unit is amylose and the second one is amylopectin. So these are the properties of amylose, these are the properties of amylopectin. So the main constituents of amylose and amylopectin, so the percentages are observed. So the starch involves 15 to 20% of amylose, and so starch involves 80 to 85% of amylopectin. Okay, next one, the structural explanation of starch. So in first component, the first ingredient is amylose. So amylose contains glucose units. So these glucose units, these glucose units are linked with C1 to C4. C1 to C4. Only in this amylose, only so linked with C1 to C4. Means the first glucose, first carbon is linked with second glucose unit, fourth carbon. Okay, this is explanation, structural explanation for amylose, and structural explanation for amylopectin. Amylopectin. Generally, this amylopectin is absorbed. Major part is contains branched chain structures. Major part is branched chain structures. Major part is branched chain structures. In normal structures, so the glucose units are linked with C1 to C4. Majorly, the glucose units linked with C1 to C4, similarly amylose. So the first glucose C1 carbon linked with second glucose C4 carbon. This is a linkage of amylopectin. But in this few part like branched chain structures, some part is observed, branched chain part is there. In that branched chain part, the glucose units are linked with C1 to C6. Glucose units are linked with C1 to C6. C1 to C6. This is a special linkage in amylopectin. Generally, in all carbohydrates, all monosaccharides and all disaccharides and polysaccharides are observed only C1 C4 linkage, except sucrose. Sucrose contains C1 C2 linkage, and this is the special case only in branched chain structures. Only branched chain part, the glucose units linked with the C1 to C6. The first carbon, the first glucose, first carbon linked with the second glucose, sixth carbon. That is the linkage of amylopectin. This is a explanation for polysaccharides like starch. And next one, what are the main advantages of carbohydrates? What are the main uses of carbohydrates? So in generally, the carbohydrates are used to create large amount of energy for human beings. That is one of the best advantage. And next one, this type of carbohydrates are used different types of artificial sugars. So artificial sugars, these artificial sugars are to create large amount of energy in small periods. So these carbohydrates are used to make different types of food materials. So in so many natural fruits contains a large quantity of carbohydrates. For example, banana. This is this fruit containing a large amount of carbohydrate, and so generally it creates to produce to generate large calories for human beings body, and so many general applications are there. This is a few applications, this is a few advantages for